Okay, so by now you have a few moves and you can be trying them out, but you might also be wondering, well, how do I make them work? How do I move in? So let's talk about that because an attack can be very dynamic and very messy. So let's go over some, let's call it general moving. And I'm going to use Sam here because he's an aggressive guy, so he's quite willing to attack me. So first, let's talk about this flinch. We've seen it a couple of times. I call it flinch. I call it duck and cover, where we don't know where the attack is coming from, but we're going to protect what's most important. Okay, so we drop our weight a bit, our hands come up, but we don't actually have to do that. Let's break this down. Suppose the attack comes and my instincts say to flinch. I can do that. The attack comes, I protect my head, I dive in, and then I can apply my moves. But suppose, and this happens a lot, suppose they come in and they're trying to intimidate you and they come in real close. Just coming closer there. Yeah, okay. Nice and intimidating, eh? They're trying to test you. There's always an approach and a test. They're trying to see how close they can get. They want to intimidate you. They want you to back down or submit. And that even includes just trying to, it's like they're digging away at your confidence. They want you to be uncertain. Do you move? Do you protect yourself? Or is this as far as they're going to go? They're basically pushing back on your boundaries. They want you to believe that if you do nothing, it won't get worse. That in itself is an attack. The attack has already started. But in a way, this is actually easier for us. So in this case, they're close. And when your primal instinct says, no, no, you have to move, you can't get away. So boom, your hands come up. We can skip the duck and cover. We don't have to worry about moving our body. Our hand comes up, we find a zone, we apply whatever technique is appropriate for that zone. So it could be the eyes, it could be just reaching up and pushing away, but using their throat, whatever comes naturally. So even though we practice flinching or ducking and covering, it's not actually always necessary. Okay, so now let's talk about putting your hands up in this universally defensive position. This is crap. Don't ever put your hands up here and think that you can stay here. It's not going to work. This right here is good for one thing and one thing only. As soon as your hands come up, you're also backing away, turning sideways, and you're headed for safety. This is even, look, especially if they're taller than you or if you're sitting down, you know what this is great for? It's great for them to bring a looping punch over top of your arms. This does nothing for you. In fact, it's even worse. So here's the deal. Like it sounds great, right? It sounds great. It looks great. On a very primal level, you're making your body send a signal to your attacker that you know they're a danger, you know that you are weak, and it's, you know what? It's the same as if you run from a dog and the dog's primal instincts kick in and they chase you. That's just how they're wired. Same thing's happening with your attacker. They're feeding off that. This invites them to be even more aggressive. You're feeding their need to dominate. So your hands are never going to come up like this and or like this or anything else and assume that you're going to stand here and have a conversation. As soon as your hands want to come up, you're also moving your body away, turning sideways, and you're looking to get safe. So here is your big idea. In the face of a threat, you are either in, right in, or you are out, right out. There is no standoff. There is no in between. There is no slow withdrawal. If you can get away, drop your pride, lose that argument, just get out. Yeah, that includes running. Now, this position is really great for training and training only because it's a good way to learn how to move the rest of our body. But again, we're never going to stay here or in any position that's like that. You see people doing this? No, no. Just leave. You don't have to stay here. And when I say get out, what I mean is once you start moving, whether it's in or out, once you start moving, you don't stop. Moving out means you don't stop until you are behind locked doors with someone that you trust. And if you're Some of us, we're alone in this world. There's nobody that we trust that we can be behind locked doors with. No problem. We're going to cover that in an upcoming video. So for now, at least don't stop until you are behind locked doors. Okay, let's come back to some more moving. This is how we're going to learn some basic body movements. Hands up like this. If you want to imagine you're standing in front of your attacker, you're going to bend your knees slightly. You are going to take one foot and step backwards. Doesn't matter which foot. Not a big step, maybe half a step back. And when we move, you can practice just moving around with your feet, small little steps. What we're not doing is trying to twist. And we're never going to want to cross our feet, with one exception, in the sense of, suppose I want to turn right around. I can take this foot and I can step way back and then turn my whole body. And what that might look like is if my attacker is behind me and I need to step behind them, okay? If I can't go, I don't. And if balance is an issue, we just take more steps. If I have to work around his legs, I can just take more steps. Okay? It's all the same moving. Small little steps, the body turns with the feet. So if I ever say be square to your attacker, I mean make your feet and your shoulders as square as you can. We don't want to deal with our attacker like this. We want to be facing our attacker. So that's how you do it. And if you are moving in, when we talk about being in, you want to be right in, and you're going to hold on to your attacker. We're not so worried about our own balance. Holding on tight, they're going to help us with their own balance. And also being in close and staying in close allows you to find the zones with your hands so you can apply your techniques. Now, if they move back, again, I don't need fancy footwork. If there's any little space, I'm going to use that to extract myself to safety. If you get some space because they move back or somebody stumbles or whatnot, because attacks are very dynamic and very messy, there might be some space. You try to get away. They pull you back in. Go in. Don't resist. Now you're in close again. You're going to hug them tight. So you're close. You're going to find your zones again, and you're going to stay here this time. You tried to escape once. Didn't work. Now you're going to stay here until they stop moving. And we're going to show you how to make them stop moving in an upcoming video very shortly. Okay, sound good? Let's keep learning. You're worth it.